Greetings, Professor McKee here with the next episode in our Let's Play from the Academy. And last time, I have kicked the aliens a bit too hard, and they are sending a lot of ships at me. So, not only are they sending another ship to build a surveillance station again, they're also sending tons of ships to low Earth orbit. I assume they're going to be using them to hit me, destroy some of my space assets. I'm not at full total war yet. It's a rainbow, it's not all red. And I don't really have the ships to compete with them. I only have, well, 4 missile boats and then 2 point defense ships as to tank. My hope is I can perhaps catch a few of them by themselves and do damage, but we'll see. They've also been doing bombarding on Ceres, which has been going not so great for them, although they've done a few hits. There's another one arriving tomorrow. So each module they destroy, they're going to effectively vent 1 hate. Once they get above 50, they start doing retaliations on us. We also have someone coming onto Mars. I'm pretty sure it's also to do low Earth orbit, or low Mars orbit bombardments. I have point defense. I am quickly trying to get them upgraded to arc lasers. Surface defenses will now be green lasers and arc lasers. And once I have rushed that, I'm going to go back to sort of spreading my research around. Now, I'm not exactly playing optimally, and one example of that is I have not actually been putting a lot of research campuses in orbit. They use it mission control. For a long time, I didn't have enough mission control, but I have some room now, and if they blow it up, they blow it up. So I'm going to put a couple more ships into medium Earth orbit, or orbitals. Intermediate, not medium, because medium would cost a bunch of extra metals. I'm going to put in research campuses. They cost them 1 mission control. They cost some bunch of money and some waters and volatiles, although a lot of that's coming from the crew. But these guys produce 60 science a month. It's a lot of extra research. My research is quite low. It really should be higher when you're in 2030s. You should be higher than this. So I'm going to make maybe 1 or 2 of these. It'll use a bunch of extra mission control, but I have the capacity, and because I have researched the first deception tech, it's not actually going to put my minimum over this 50 hate for the aliens. Meanwhile, on Earth, I have taken France as well as a few bits of the European Union. I'm not going to target the servants because targeting the servants adds hate. Aliens get unhappy if you do that. Instead, I'll go after the Protectorate. I think they haven't researched the storyline tech that results in aliens gaining hate, and they're getting tiny amounts of hate if you attack the Protectorate. But also, as long as I'm not going after the Exodus, who are the only people I can really be friends with permanently, or the Resistance, because I don't really want to target them too much. There's a lot of candidates here, like Greece, etc., that I can hit. I'm currently going after Iceland because that's easy to grab. Also Denmark. I'll probably then go after North Macedon and Albania, probably Greece. And these guys can be peacefully integrated into the European Union, as the European Union has lots of claims. And this is a great way to build up your mission control, your funding, etc. before you put them in. So I think most of these are probably already maxed out on mission control. Well, not you. You're a long way away. And I have tons of control point caps, so I might as well do that. My boost is incredibly low. I didn't realize the second tier for the administration tower, it gives you 1 mission control, which is why I have so much now. It gives you 12 control point cost if it's in the low Earth orbit, but it costs 1 boost a month. It costs money too, but I'm pretty good in terms of money. I have lots of influence, and I'm doing direct investments into the United States for funding. But because of the extra boost cost, I am really tight on boost, so I am pushing boost really hard. All right, and I'm trying to keep, I'm advising China, or United States. I'm advising China.
Ready to go.
I'm even advising France with my 3rd highest science counselor.
Ready to go.
10.
Your orders?
Oh, actually, he's 11. Hold on.
Offering counsel.
I'll switch.
Where
them.
to?
Yeah, she can stabilize.
We'll turn down the heat.
China instead. So I'm getting a lot of extra research by doing that.
Standing by for orders.
11% more in France. It's going to be
Acknowledged.
13% more for the United States. And then with China, it's going to be 25% more. Because Thomas here
Acknowledged.
Oh, it's 24% more. My apologies. I misremembered that. Well, yeah. Not worth my time. So I can get my research boosted back up by doing those extra advises and get those arc lasers sooner. Alright, let's see. Oh, and one last thing. I want to preserve my force, so I don't mind my stations being blown up. My ships take a long time to build, and I'd rather not lose them, if possible. So I can build up a stronger force, and within a year or two, probably start actually fighting the aliens in earnest. So if I don't think I'm going to win the fight, there's a 20 ship fleet heading towards the hab, I'm just not going to bring my 6 ship fleet over, because they're just not going to be able to do anything. They'll just die needlessly. I want to build up my mission control there. So that's what I'll be doing. I'm sure I'm going to lose several habs. I just have to rebuild them. I have plenty of space resources to do that. Alright, now let's get started. So since they've been venting hate and going back and forth, up to 50, back down, I've spread out my research a little bit just to get more research done. We've completed their demands, and they have told us our demands. They are not really acceptable.
I suppose the silver lining is that they bothered to communicate with us at all, Chancellor.
If that's our silver lining, we have a problem. So, their demands. We cease military operations, and place all forces under the command of Hydra-appointed representatives. We build no space fleet, weapons of mass destruction, or military assets that could threaten them. Must commit to supporting them in all future endeavors or military conflicts. They will raise human force to serve under Hydra control. They are going to place orbital weapons in low Earth orbit to suppress any human resistance and put under the control of Hydra-appointed representatives. Little spoiler here, but this is what the Protectorate does for them. They refuse to negotiate, or even respond. So our alien... Oh, Hans Castillo is telling us, I told you so. Okay. This is not just a surrender, a negotiate center, but a complete... yeah, this is a complete unconditional surrender. And they're refusing to talk to them. Well, guess we'll have to beat them up a bit, and then they'll maybe come to the table. And our ships will be the ones doing that. So, well, the servants thought they'd get frisky and attack one of my research, new research platforms. All I got is infrared laser and autocannon. They're not surviving my response force of 4 missile boats. In fact, I'll just do auto resolves. They're not going to be able to do anything. Rehab's complete. This allows, will unlock the project for Tier 3 space stations. More space per a single station. And I'm going to have a lot of room from some mission control to expand. Going towards Mercury would be nice. It's going to be super cheap and quick. Just 1 month. I do want some colony ships ready to go when I trigger Mercury, but Venus will be quickly grabbed. Mission to Venus done. I want to have some survey ships ready before I complete mission to Mercury. Oh, that's 15,000. Yeah, so I'll do mission to Mercury. And those will be ready by the time this is complete. Arc laser's done. This will immediately upgrade our surface to orbit defense modules. And then we can research green arc lasers, point defense arc lasers to upgrade our ships. Well, we won't put up anything on our ships besides the point defense yet, but upgrade our space infrastructure too. Now, in terms of what to get, I'm going to get fission pulse drive. This is actually not a drive tech, but for nuclear missiles, the best form of missiles, this is something you need. But I don't think I need to prioritize it too much. I'd rather be able to expand more with Maskarovka. Well, we found a different alien species. I'm calling them salamanders. These must be another species that the Hydra have taken control of. And they're very, very useful for XCOM operations. Yep, we successfully detained another one. They're going to retaliate for this. Oh, actually, no, critical success. They might retaliate, but probably not that much. Because they don't know who did it. Really, it should be obvious it's us. Mission to Mars, mission to Mercury complete. Before I did the research, this generically named one here, I'm going to transfer them to low Mercury orbit. Have them arrive. Well, they can refuel when they build things there, so I can found an outpost or a mine. I can also found a platform in orbit for refueling. And Mars has 8 sites. A lot of metals and noble metals, which would be great. And I'm working on volatile production. I'm sending out other colony ships. Also, Mars is great for solar power because it's so close to the sun. Okay, so they will arrive November of this year. So I don't need to send probes. Okay, now for research. I have a problem. I have all these important materials, global tax, and they're blocking a lot of important global tax I'm going to need. So I'm going to have to double up. I'm going to start with the aerospace one. It should go by faster. We'll have 2, but it'll be okay. Advanced missile warfare done. This will unlock a upgrade on our Artemis missiles, or torpedoes, And I want to keep pushing for weapons with at least one of the 3 global techs, and coil guns would be useful. I could research the batteries to upgrade my layered defense race again. Yeah. Military is necessary. Next generation airspace done. It does unlock exo fighters, which I have to unlock them, but I'm not going to do it yet because it's more for the AI than for you. I need more of these materials. And just to advance for better drives. So super allies, yes, that bunch. And we finished very quickly too. Okay, and then I've done alien warships. The reason I'm doing this, although I take less damage, which is nice, you can get electronic ECM on your ships to work. You have to research this tech to unlock the tech that lets ECM work. And my point defense ships will hopefully work better if the ECM is effective on the aliens. Super allies complete. And it will unlock a few additional technologies. Getting the Helicon for attacks eventually be nice. High energy electromagnetic propulsion done, and while one of the techs is doing all these materials, I'm going to go towards nuclear fusion, but not prioritize it. All right, they have another surveillance destroyer. This time they brought some bodyguards, but I have lots of missile boats to send at them with 1 point defense ship. I've also upgraded my torpedoes to Athenas, so they have better Delta V KPS. That's probably the primary thing you care about for them. Let's see if they accept. They do. Let's win this fight. Go to wall. And we're going to have Euclid, my 1 point defense ship, push forward a little bit so that the ships here target my my tank instead of these very fragile missile boats. Yeah. This is my admin ship. Burn a little bit, so it's going to be in front. Oh, interesting. They have split up, and they have their surveillance way behind. Okay. You take that. see how this works. Quickly get within range of the first two ships. And yeah, just the ones that are targeting them are going. Looks like that one got jammed a little bit, but that doesn't matter. Here comes the torpedoes. But easily killed. Oh, can they get this one too? They can. Alright, well, that was a bit overkill then. Didn't even need all my missiles. Well, the aliens will definitely retaliate after doing this. I have one alien. Please let me leave. Thank you. There we go. So, we got quite a few exotics there. So they are definitely going to retaliate. I'm curious to see what they will do. Oh, the servants want to attack me again. So I have my first European country I'm unifying in, Greece. And with doing that, I free up not as much as I hoped it for. Oh, it's because we increased France quite a bit, I guess. And now I'm moving on to Ukraine, which I won't be able to take the full Ukraine fully though, because I don't quite have the capacity for it. And I need all my influence to invest in funding. I am desperately short of money. Just what academics always deal with. Vision pulse drives is done, and yes, there's a whole bunch of drives where you basically set off a nuclear explosion on the rear end of your ship, and it sends you forward. But this is, I'm really doing this more for the nuclear missiles. So sorry, Banerjee, we're still creating weapons here. Now, I'm going to keep going on all of these materials. This one is needed for some of the fusion things. Oh, there goes one dockyards, but that's okay. They blew up my low Mars station. They blew up 2 bases on Mars. And that's it. Now I just rebuild them. So I finished exotic materials. I've been salvaging little bits of exotics when I blow up ships. Now I know how much I have. I have 11. And you can use these to build things with them. I don't have that access yet.
We are making progress understanding alien engineering, Chancellor. But some of the underlying science still eludes us.
I'll just keep researching then, Chancellor. Okay, yes, so they understand physics and chemistry better than us. Okay. We don't really know how to create them. We have to scavenge them from shooting down alien ships, pretty much. And maybe, we can learn how they do this if we achieve peace with them. They must be in contact with their leadership on a real-time basis, and the presence of exotics means they have some way to resupply or manufacture, but which means they have some sort of base out there. We have to detect. It's probably the first one out of the Kuiper Belt. And yeah, not that useful. I'm not going to do those things. We've gone through another year, and aliens retaliated, not as nearly as harshly as I was worried about. They blew up some bases on Mars. They damaged a base on Ceres with their bombardment. And in exchange, I that's about it. So it works quite well to hit them, take a couple hits, and then rebuild and do it again. Over time, your tech will continue to advance. Theirs isn't. I'm kind of maxed out on mission control, not the cap here, but if I go too high, my minimum hate from the aliens will get above 50. About 230, 240 is the most I could do, so I can't really do much more unless I research a third tech if I get lucky, or just kick off total war. And I might be getting close to just being willing to do that. Oil guns will be done soon, which will help me get to the point where I can put better weapons on. Fusion next year for the end game sort of drives. End game research labs. Tech is doing okay. I mean, I've improved it dramatically, but it could still be better. And once I get my money and boost situation sort of fixed, I can really ramp up some more production there. All right, well, that's everything for this episode. Hope you enjoyed. See you again next time.